Hello and welcome. We are going to get started on our Eight of Swords flow. So the Eight of Swords is all about how you may be feeling trapped, you may be feeling bound. When you look at the Rider-Waite tarot card of the Eight of Swords, you see that there is a person who is bound to several swords behind them. It is the reminder that regardless of what is keeping you bound, you have the strength, you have the ability to free yourself. You always have the freedom and the free will to release yourself for any situation that you have going on. So with this flow, you can expect a lot of binds, you can expect a lot of twists, and we're going to do a fairly quick flow. You may have noticed that I am recording this afterwards. The audio for when I did this didn't turn out well. Come into an easy, comfortable seated position like I am. We're going to take 3 deep breaths with strong exhales, settling into this moment, allowing ourselves to be present here. Let's inhale, arms come up overhead, and exhale, twisting to one side, opening up into the twist as you would like to. Inhale, twisting back through center, bringing one arm back behind you. The other arm comes up and reaches for the first hand back behind you. We are in cow face pose. And go ahead, inhale, release, arms coming up overhead, and exhale, twisting to the opposite side. Inhale, coming back through center. Let's bring the opposite arm up back behind you. Other arm goes up, and we'll go for cow face pose on this side. And release cow face pose, arms coming up. Exhale, folding forward, hands clasping behind your back. Taking a small stretch over the legs. Inhale, come back up to center. Let's flip over, coming into table. We're going to run through some cat-cow. So inhale, chest shines forward. And exhale, force, pushing the mat away into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. While I was doing this, I was using strong exhales out my mouth, allowing any stagnant energy to be freed from my body. The twists and the binds will help loosen up the energy. The exhale will release the energy. And let's meet in a neutral spine. We will inhale, one leg kicks back and up behind you. Exhale, swinging it forward, stepping in between your hands. Inhale, arms sweep up, coming into a low lunge. Exhale, bringing your hands down, framing the foot. We will come up onto our toes, bringing our hands to the inside of that foot, opening up, coming into lizard. And we'll bring that foot back to center and go ahead and let's come into a humble warrior, adjusting as needed. So we have our first bind, or second bind, I should say. Inhale, coming up, arms come up, warrior two pose. Inhale, leg straightens out, turning your toes towards the side of the mat, clasping your hands back behind you, and wide leg fold. Exhale, dropping your hands down to the mat. Inhale, coming up onto your hands, walking your hands back towards that foot, turning your foot back to the top of your mat, and pushing up, coming into downward dog. Go ahead and pump out the legs here if that's something that feels good, loosening up anything. And exhale, dropping your knees to the mat, coming back to table. Inhale, other leg goes back and up. Exhale, swinging it down, stepping in between your hands. Inhale, arms sweep up, coming into low lunge. Exhale, bringing your arms back to the mat, bringing your hands to the inside of that foot, coming up onto your toes and settling into lizard on this side. Let's bring that foot back into center, and we are going to come into our humble warrior on this side, hands clasping around your leg and behind your back. Inhale, coming up into warrior two, as always adjusting as necessary. Inhale, coming up, straightening out that leg, clasping your hands back behind you, and exhale, taking another wide leg forward fold here. Exhale, dropping your hands down to the mat. Inhale, coming up onto your hands, walking your hands over to one side, and exhale, stretching down to that foot. Inhale, coming back up onto your hands, walking your hands over to the opposite foot, and exhale, stretching down to that foot. Inhale, coming all the way up, coming into star. Adjust as necessary. Let's exhale, coming into goddess. Inhale, stepping forward to the top of your mat. We're going to come into Tandasana and exhale, taking a slight side bend to one side. Inhale, coming up to center, and exhale, taking a side bend to the opposite side. Inhale, coming up to center, and exhale, taking a forward fold. We will inhale, half lift, exhale, fold, stepping back to downward dog. Again, pumping out the legs here if you would like, or finding stillness. And let's exhale, dropping down, coming back into table. I'm going to have you flip around and we'll come into staff pose. Inhale, arms coming up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming back up. Let's bring the one foot to the outside of the opposite thigh. Inhale, that one arm comes up, and exhale, wrapping it around your knee and settling into a twist. And let's come back into center. We'll switch out the legs, bringing the opposite foot to the opposite leg. Inhale, that opposite arm comes up and wrapping it around your knee, hugging it tight into a bind. Let's come back to center, bringing your legs straight out in front of you. Go ahead, scooch forward as necessary. Let's inhale, arms coming up overhead. Exhale, taking a quick forward fold here. Inhale, coming up through center, and exhale, rolling down, coming onto your back. Let's bring the legs up, bringing the soles of the feet in to center to touch, and grabbing your feet with your hands, settling into a reclined bound. And let's release one of those feet down, bringing your one ankle to the thigh of your foot and bending your leg, gently wrapping your hands around the back of the thigh and stretching your leg into your body. Exhale, release, pumping out the legs if you would like. And we will get ready to bring the opposite ankle to the opposite leg, gently stretching that leg in towards your body. And go ahead, release, pumping out the legs as you would like. Once you are done pumping out the legs, bringing them down in front of you or bending them however you're comfortable to do Savasana. And your hands can either be on your stomach or they can be laying down next to you. And let's settle in, thanking the body for doing this quick practice. And while you are here in Savasana, I'd like for you to remind yourself that regardless of whatever situation you happen to be in, you always have the freedom and the ability to unbind yourself. As we had moved from the humble warrior up into warrior two, we freed ourselves from our binds and we allowed ourselves to experience strength and power. And that is the feelings I want you to take with you into Savasana. Start to bring your attention back to the world around you. We'll wiggle fingers and toes and wrists and ankles. And when you're ready, coming into a side lying position. And let's come on up into sitting. Well, I thank you very much for being here today, taking this time to join me on this Eight of Swords flow. And if you take anything with you, I hope it is that you remember your personal power to unbind yourself.